Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Manor Lords. Such a privilege being back here. Welcome to my Let's Play series. In this one we're focusing mainly on economic growth, starting as early as possible, and this is the third episode. So if you haven't watched any of the other ones, I would highly recommend you go and do so before returning to this one. So as the rain's starting to come down, let's take a look at where we are. We are in year 3, the 4th of April, so spring is just about here. Let's take a look at our fields. We've got 150 days left until harvest, so that's quite some time before we get there. Mainly we're focusing on trade at the moment. Let's take a look at our trading post just to see what we are actually trading away. So for fuel, seeing that we've got a lot of timber at this stage, we're converting the firewood into charcoal, and we are trading away charcoal with a we've also got a trade route established for that, so that's bringing a nice influx of coin into our settlement, so we'll definitely keep that going. And then also our rich resource over here is something that we definitely need to focus on. Our iron deposit, which is a rich mining pit, settlement level reach medium village, perfect. So we'll of course go ahead and upgrade the village as well as we move along. So let's just see how we are looking for food. We've got 10 months of food and 37 months of fuel currently, so that's pretty good. And I think what we need to do immediately is start adding some more burgage plots so that we can grow our workforce. Let's go ahead and do that now. So there's quite a steep embankment over here that I don't really want to build houses on. Let's build a few houses right over here. Okay, so I think I'd rather go this way. Okay, so I'm going to leave it with 4 at this stage. Let's just see. We've got a few vegetable gardens going. I think that's enough for now. We can also go ahead and add some additional artisans to these. So I don't really need such big yards anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and build it just like that, and then we'll speed up time a bit. Now let's take a look at these. So we've got nothing added there yet. I think I want to do some animal pens. That way we can build an extension for it. We've got enough space available for 3 families to move in, so we're just waiting for that to happen anyway. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, so they will be building some animal pens for us there. I'm thinking of doing goats so that we can start getting some meat in and also some milk. I'm going to add an additional family to the mining pit, seeing that we have 2 spare. And then let's have a look at our iron ore. Is currently at 44, so it's starting to come in. We also have a lot of pelts from the hunting, so currently with pelts you can't do anything but trade them away, if I'm not mistaken. So we will go into crafting materials and say that we want to export pelts, and we do not require any surplus of that. There we go, so they can start exporting that as well, and that'll definitely bring in some coin. As you can see, we get about 2 coin per pelt that we export. So I think what I also want to do is just expand our road system a bit, and I'm gonna run a road right up here, and then we will continue down in this direction. And that'll be good for now, so that we can expand our settlement even further down our coastline over here. I also want to go ahead and just look at our industry here. We definitely need a bloomery so that we can convert the iron ore that we are extracting into iron slabs, and that'll definitely help with trading. Just want to make sure we haven't built one yet, but I don't think so. So So let's go ahead and build ourselves a bloomery right next to the iron pit here. Not too close to the houses. Okay, and we'll immediately assign one family to the bloomery. We're also going to build a smithy. That's what I wanted to do by leveling up the burgage plots. Is I wanted to ensure that we start manufacturing tools, because we will be needing that soon to do the maintenance on all of our buildings. Okay, so if we look at our materials there, you can see that we do not have any tools currently. So we will be adding a family to the smithy. Let's go into advance and say that we want to limit iron slabs to 5 for now, just for now. And then they can start creating some tools for us. Maintenance status, you see we already need maintenance on this building and we don't have any tools. So hopefully the smithy will start creating tools pretty shortly here, and then we can get the maintenance underway as well. I think I'm just going to add another family here for now. Iron slab starting to come in, pretty awesome. And then tools will come in and go out pretty soon as well. Or pretty quickly after they've been created, they'll go out again. Because I do think we are a bit behind on maintenance. There you see building requires maintenance. And after that we can start trading tools away. So let's go ahead and see if we want to export tools. We'll get 3 coin. That's not bad at all. And let's say we want a reserve of 10 for now, a surplus. And that way we can ensure that all of our maintenance is getting done. Keeping an eye on this. It does look like drought is starting to plague us a bit, but we are close to harvest. So no matter. I'll be adding a family to the farmhouse so long, because I do not want to forget to start the harvest and then we lose all of our crops. That won't be good. Okay, so I must say, just taking a step back and looking at everything, we are starting to grow steadily, and as you can see there, our regional wealth is starting to increase as well. What I want to do is just take a look at the map again. As you know, in our previous episode, if we raid bandit camps, we get a nice influx of coin into our treasury, so I just want to keep an eye on that. If any new raider camps do appear, I want to take care of them as quickly as possible. For that we will also need some more weapons, so that we can just strengthen our militia. As you can see there, we're struggling. We only have 10 weapons available, and that's why we only have 10 spearmen. So upgrading these burgage plots. A bandit camp was sighted, but okay, we don't have the membership in our militia to take them on right now. We will need to start upgrading some burgage plots pretty soon. And then we can start creating some weapons for our militia out of that. Okay, so I must say that the drought really messed up our harvest. They're only expecting 7 barley, it's steadily going down. What I want to do is create some more fields as well, because we are in a very fertile region. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We need flax to start producing clothing as well. And I want to keep everything quite close to home. Just want to look at all the other options we have available. So our barley fertility is actually pretty good right there. I think I'm gonna create a bit of an odd shaped field. Okay, so that's a pretty good spot for barley. And let's say that we want to do barley there, crop rotation. The next year will be fallow, and the year after that you can also see that the wheat fertility is pretty good, so we'll do wheat. And then I want to add another field specifically for flax, like I said. So, seeing that we've got pretty good fertility right there, I am going to build or create a field right here. And this one we will do flax, fallow, flax again. And then we can start creating some clothing for our villagers here. Gonna add another family to the farmhouse, seeing that we do have one extra. And then we'll get the windmill going after the harvest has been completed. Also want to see if we can add another permanent livestock assignment to the farmhouse. That'll allow us to get plowing done a bit quicker as well. I'm thinking we should establish a major trade route for the tools, because that's going to be an endless resource that we can export. But then I do want to limit the smithy a bit more. Let's see how many iron slabs we currently have, because he'll use all of them. So let's go ahead and limit him to 20. Pretty soon we'll be needing those to create weapons, so I don't want him to use all of it. And as you can see, plowing is already underway here. Okay, one family on the bloomery, one on the smithy, and 3 on the mining pit. Let's just see. Okay, we've got another one assigned to the gatherer camp, and we do not have any stone available anymore. So we'll be adding him to the farmhouse as well. Also, we've got a nice supply of charcoal, as you can see. So I'm removing one family from the charcoal kiln. And then the next year we'll definitely start setting up the forester's hut with villagers, so that they can replant this area where we've already harvested a lot of trees. Let's look at our timber. I also don't think we need 2 people on the logging camp. I just want the farming to take priority right now. As you can see, we've expanded our fields a bit, so yeah, they need to hurry up and get everything done before winter so that we can have a good harvest. Alright, so as you can see, we've got a family in that burgage plot, and we can also upgrade it because all of the requirements have been fulfilled. Let's get that done. And then we're just waiting for a few more to move in. And this can be like a little artisan corner where we create weapons and wooden parts and so forth. Okay, we've got another family available. This family I'm going to place on the windmill, and they can start turning the little bit of rye that we do have into flour, and the barley we can obviously use to make ale out of that. Okay, so I think what we should do is to place a well on this side anyway, because pretty soon we will be expanding out in this direction. And it does seem like they've got the barley sown for this year. This field will fallow, and then that one will be flax, but I believe they'll only get to sowing that next year, if I'm not mistaken. You never know. So that burgage plot have been upgraded, and what we need to do now is build an artisan. I am thinking that I want a boyer's workshop, so that we can start creating an archer militia as well. They make quite a big difference, or crossbows, you know, so We'll get that one upgraded to Archer Militia, and this burgage plot we can also level up now. Let's see, another one to level up, and another one to level up. So perfect. We'll have some artisans going in no time. Okay, so currently the production focus is on warbows. I do want to limit the plank reserve to, let's say, 50. Otherwise they will just continue using all the planks, and I do not want that. Now that the next one is upgraded, let's see. We definitely need a blacksmith's workshop so that we can create spears and iron parts.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
Alright, so now that it's winter, I don't need this many people on the farmhouse anymore. I will leave one family for the time being. Let's take a look at the windmill. Seems like nothing is happening there anymore, so I presume because we didn't have a very good harvest that everything have been turned into flour. So what we can do is put someone on our communal oven. They'll start baking bread of the little that we do have, and we can remove this family from the windmill and make sure that, okay, we are going quite good here on our mining pit. I think we'll add another family to the bloomery and to the smithy. And then also we'll speed up the production of charcoal again. It is still something that we are trading a lot at this stage. And we can get a few families back on the woodcutters lodge and the logging camp as well. That's the basics, that's the backbone of our economy, so it is very necessary. So just taking a look at our food here, we do have a lot of vegetables, as you can see, and some small game. It's not a lot, so we need to start getting in other forms of meat into our village. We do have chicken coops, but unfortunately they seem to be eating the chickens as fast as they reproduce. So what we'll do is, here where we made the animal pens, I think we will add pigs to 2 of the burgage plots, and then for the other 2, okay, that one seems like it didn't upgrade. We'll add goats on the other 2 so that we can also get milk in. Okay, so let's take a look at the blacksmith. He has been producing spears, or he's starting to produce spears. What I actually want is, yeah, he can continue with the spears so that we can refill our spear militia. On the 3rd burgage plot, I want to create a joiner's workshop so that he can start manufacturing shields. And then I just want to limit the amount of spears to 36. That is the number of our militia there. So we'll limit the spears to 36, because after that I need him to start producing iron parts, because then we can also create a crossbow militia. That's definitely something we need to strengthen ourselves. And then we need to start focusing on putting up our manor pretty soon as well, so that we can start taxing the community. Seeing that our trade is picking up, our economy is really not looking bad at this stage, so we'll definitely have to start thinking about building that manor pretty quickly. Let's see what we need for that. 5 timber, 20 planks and 15 cobblestone. That should not be a problem. I think let's go ahead and build it on top of the hill here. Oh wait, even better, do it right there. And we'll commit those resources so that they can start building the manor. Now you can see that we already have 26 warbows. Let's see if I have set a limit. Warbows, I'm gonna limit to 36 as well. Do you see that there is a region being claimed? Let's see where that is. Alright, so just here on top of our region to the north, they are claiming that territory. Unfortunately, I just do not have the numbers to fight back quite yet, but they are expanding faster than what I would like, because you'll see the enemy in blue marks already has 2 territories, and now this guy Knutsi is also claiming his 2nd territory right now. So we need to be careful that they don't surround us here, and pretty soon we'll have to start claiming a territory of our own. In the meantime, we can, however, add a archer militia. See, we already have a few numbers there. That looks pretty good if you ask me. And then let's see the joiner's workshop. Need to make sure, okay, he is producing large shields. We will limit the planks to 30. And also limit the large shields to 36. You can always export the shields, the excess products if need be. But seeing that we've got a rich iron deposit, that's what I'm focusing on at the moment. Iron exports will be our main focus. So I'm not too worried about exporting warbows and shields at the moment. Okay, it does seem like this group of outlaws are moving into the forest, so I presume they are going after one of our rival clans. But while they move away from their camp, it might be the perfect time for us to just go and raid it. It's quite close to arms. Okay, they decided to move right into my settlement. I wonder what they are planning on doing. I hope they are not trying to attack me. Maybe they are just moving through. Surely hope so. Unfortunately, I don't have the numbers to take them on right now. So you guys go ahead and grab that bandit camp for me. We need to get money into our treasury drastically so that we can defend ourselves with mercenaries if need be. I wonder where these guys are going. Never mind. Come through. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is the territory that they're after. More to the north. Okay, I see that some of these guys are heading towards this bandit camp. And they are definitely gonna be there quicker than we are. So I'll move my guys towards this one. At least there is one that we can try to attack. And I think we might be able to get here first. So I'm gonna line up my group of archers right there. And then these guys will put right in front of them.
Men! Move back, men! Move quickly! March! Forward, advance! Fight as you are!
Alright, perfect. So we managed to break those bandits. Now we can go ahead and grab the resources from them. Send it to our treasury before the rivals army gets here. I'll definitely send the resources to the treasury. Okay, now we have some coin and a little bit of influence. And we can see if we can go ahead and claim a territory for ourselves. Let's have a look here. We've got a rich berry deposit and a rich fish deposit, or shoal of fish, but that's not really what we need. Over here we've got clay and fish. I think we need to go for this region right there. So let's take a look. I'm going to claim that region and let's see what happens. Doesn't seem like anyone is disputing my claim. I will not complain about that. Alright, and I also think, seeing that we have enough influence, maybe we should claim that region as well. And then we will at least have 3 of the regions on the map. Region claimed, perfect. So we have a second region over here, and we will definitely start looking into populating that region and building a second settlement here in the near future, probably in the next episode. Just want to slow down time a bit because I do see that there's very, very little flax planted on this field. And I believe that the planting season must be over. Let's see. Okay, so they're busy sowing. What we need to do is quickly assign some more families so that they can give them a hand. And I do think that'll be enough. Okay, so that's going a bit faster at least. And we'll get a good harvest of flax in if the weather holds. I just need to make sure we're going to fallow this field next year. Good, and another region claimed, so that means we now own these 3 regions. And now I can go ahead and remove some farming families as well. And then another thing that I need to do is we need to get the forester's hut going. So let's remove those 2 families from the farms. There's nothing going on there. And we will just set them a workspace over here. Perfect. I think I'm going to demolish the forager hut. We won't be needing it. It's too far from town anyway. We can always use those resources. And the livestock I'm going to remove from the farms to make logistics a bit easier. And then we can continue producing goods. So we have reached our large shield limit. I think I'm going to have him produce small shields. Also 36. And the planks will leave it at 34. I presume that's where we are now. Yes. So any additional planks he'll use then to create small shields. I think we'll go ahead and add a brewery. Because we do have some, not a lot, but we do have some barley available. Right over there. And we will be getting in a lot more pretty soon. And then I want to go ahead and build a small tavern right here on the hillside. So they need beverage, that'll be the tavern's job, and they'll also need garments, clothing. We'll get that sorted out with the flax pretty soon. I'm going to build some more burgage plots right over here. And we'll do it like that, enough space for 6 families. And then again, we might want to add some gardens just to keep the food up. And then I think on the other side of the road we will basically do the same thing. Might be some smaller houses this time. have a look. Yeah, that seems perfect to me. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have a lot of construction underway. Our village is starting to expand rapidly. We've also managed to build a few new fields this year, so agriculture is picking up. We are making full use of our rich iron deposit. And we have also expanded to 2 other regions, which we will need to start populating in the next episode. So I want to thank you for watching. If you like the comment, please consider subscribing. You will see that most of you watching my content isn't subscribed, and I'd also appreciate it if you give the video a like. That'll just help out with the algorithm a little bit. So that's gonna do it from me, guys. Once again, thank you for watching. Keep well. Cheers.